It has been a busy week for the Brown family. We just wrapped up season 17. Then Mary and Kody issue a joint statement announcing the permanent termination of their marriage. Gwen uploaded her third reaction video to her YouTube channel. And Paedon did a 3-hour-long interview. Yes, 3 hours long with blogger John Yates. Paedon answered a lot of questions during the course of this interview, but one of the things that really stood out to me is that Paedon revealed that Kody actually tried to get TLC executives to silence his kids from speaking out negatively about him on their social media platforms. Whoa. Let's get into today's video. Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So it seems that Kody is really reaping what he has sown. It's pretty clear that he does not know how to navigate his status within his completely fractured family, while also trying to portray this goofy, lovable polygamist on TV. The two things just do not go together anymore, and Kody is really losing his grasp on what he can control. So Paedon did this interview a couple days ago with the blogger John Yates. I'm not going to go into the entire interview because, like I said, it was 3 hours long, but I will leave the link to the interview in the description of this video in case you want to watch it in its entirety. Additionally, if you are on any of the Sister Wives subreddits, a lot of people have given highlights from the interview. You can check that out there. The tea was spilled during this interview, and I'm not gonna lie, I think my facial expression watching the majority of this interview was, I would say that the overall tone of the interview was kind of like a relaxed gossip session between friends. So yeah, a lot of tea was spilled. I have commented before when I've talked about Gwen's reaction videos on her YouTube channel that I feel like she is pretty measured and diplomatic in what she says. And let's just say that this was not that. One of the most shocking revelations to me was when Paedon told the panelists that Kody had actually tried to get TLC executives involved in silencing his own kids.
I have two questions for you. When's the last time you talked to your dad?
He gave me a Christmas text, Christmas Day.
Oh, how nice of him! A whole Christmas text he sent you? Well,
he's got 18 children.
That does not excuse that, Paedon. I'm sorry. That does not excuse that.
Hey, full disclosure, I'm still hoping to get my father back. Besides that text, it's been over a year since we were the last time. No, scratch that. Ooh, this I can reveal. This I'm allowed to reveal.
Ooh, I'm here for it.
I was doing military things, and Dad calls me kind of out of the blue and talks. And the previous time me and Dad talked, outside of this previous time me and Dad talked, I had worn the shirt. I wore the shirt. I posted a video about wearing the shirt, and Dad texts me like 4 days later because he saw it on Twitter. He saw the shirt on Twitter, and he's like, he goes on this large rant. How dare you treat me like this? How dare you disrespect me like this? At least the nanny is respectful. Full long text. And my response is, Dad, the shirt is
what does that mean?
A lot of things. I was disrespectful by wearing the shirt. Yeah, I was disrespectful by saying the thing my mom said on television was funny. Yeah, that was the last time we had texted. And then we go months without texting. I don't remember the exact month, but like 7-8 months without texting. And then he calls me randomly out of the blue, and he has a conversation with me. And it's like an hour-long conversation, and it goes really, really well. I'm like, okay, you know what? I might be getting my father back. This is wonderful. I then find out by Mom the next day, because I told Mom, oh yeah, I talked to Dad yesterday. And she's like, what did he call about? Did he call about the argument we're having? And I'm like, well, what's up with the argument you're having? Apparently, he was trying to convince. This is not what they are, but like they're high ups in TLC and they're high ups in Puddle Monkey, and he's trying to discuss with them, trying to put it in our contracts that we are not allowed to say anything negative about him on our platforms. And he's fighting with Mom about it because Mom is saying you can't control our children that way. He's trying to say your children can't say anything bad. What would happen
if you said something bad about? Like, would he sue you?
It hurts his image.
Oh, like if you're like, so you sign a contract, like
TLC.
Like, oh, Kody, my dad's not the right guy. So is he going to? Is your dad going to sue you because you spoke negatively about him in some way?
TLC would sue me.
Oh God.
So TLC would have legal ramification to sue me for speaking negatively about my father. TLC was like, I don't think we should do that. And my mom was fighting it. My mom was like fighting with us, like, no, you're not allowed to tell our children what they can and can't say about you. You have to earn their love back. And then it hit me. He called me for a very, very specific reason. He called Aspen and he called McKelty, and he also called Isabel for the exact same reason. He doesn't want us talking negatively about him online. He had roughly an hour-long conversation with 3 or 4 of his children.
And Aspen and McKelty are your full-blooded siblings.
Yes, right. They're mom's daughters.
No coincidence there. Go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, no, he happened to call us 3 after he was losing the battle with mom about what we are allowed to say online. He just happens to call us, and I realized he didn't call me because he wanted to talk to me. He called me because he doesn't want me talking negatively. Broke my heart again.
One thing that I absolutely have to agree with John Yates on is that having 18 kids is no excuse for just sending a measly Christmas text. If you were a better father, I think the majority of your kids would be together for the holiday, and you wouldn't have to reach out to so many kids that were estranged from you. That's just my opinion. Besides that text message, Paedon says that, like Gabriel, he had not heard from his dad in over a year. But then he backtracks and remembers this phone call that was kind of out of the ordinary. So Kody calls Paedon, and it's kind of random and out of the blue because he seems fatherly and friendly and cordial towards Paedon. Paedon says that he thought to himself, hey, maybe I'm getting my dad back, the dad that I remember from growing up. I'm going to touch on this a little bit later in this video, but it does seem that a lot of the kids are still holding out hope to have a relationship with Kody one day. But this phone call was very out of character for who Kody is in the present day, that this actually caused Paedon to call his mom, Christine, to tell her about it. He was really excited to report to Christine that he received this cordial phone call and, hey, maybe Kody is making an effort. Paedon lets the panelists know that the last time he spoke to his dad prior to this phone call was when his dad called him irate about Paedon wearing that "What Does the Nanny Do" t-shirt in one of his TikTok videos. So he's relaying to his mom this great conversation that he had with his dad, and his mom is wondering, oh, did dad call you because of the argument we've been having? And Paedon is like, what argument? Christine goes on to reveal that she's actually been in an argument with Kody because Kody has been in contact with the higher up executives at TLC to see if there's anything that they can do to prevent the kids from talking on their social media platforms. He actually wanted to make it so the network could possibly sue his own kids if they talked negatively about him. You know that if it was all glowing remarks that the kids had to say, Kody would absolutely not have a problem with it. Christine's position was that Kody cannot control what his kids say on social media. And objectively, I think it's pretty obvious that the network really only cares about storylines that have been filmed for the show. Most of the kids don't even participate in filming anymore, and the ones that do appear on the show, it's like guest appearances. So we don't know which of the kids are even under a contract. Who knows what future seasons will look like if more of the kids will get involved, but this is how the last several seasons have gone. This is also free publicity for the show. The kids are out there drumming up interest. So as long as nobody that's actually in contract is discussing anything that has been filmed for the show, TLC is not going to care. And why would they want to potentially stop the kids from speaking out when it's gonna be good for ratings for the show? And suing your own kids, I mean, that is savage even for Kody. Why would you want to tie your own children up in litigation with the network that is providing the primary income for your entire family? Let this be a lesson if you're ever considering putting your family on reality TV. If you behave the same way on camera that you do off camera, then your kids speaking out won't be hurting your image. But we all see that this really isn't hurting Kody's image, because Kody's image to the general public has not been great for many years. Kody is the only person that I think could even think that he is coming off marginally well, and I have to question that. I mean, Kody and Robin used to live tweet every episode, and they have gone radio silent since about April of 2021. The reason why is that the feedback has not been glowing. Kody's last 2 posts on Instagram were of him announcing that one of his wives was leaving him. Kody has taken the position on the show that the reason why his relationships are strained with his kids is because Christine is poisoning them against him. This was just a feeble attempt to vilify Christine, but it never really went over well with viewers, especially those of us who have watched this show from the beginning, read the book, and followed the family since they went public over 12 years ago. Viewers never really bought what Kody was trying to peddle to them in recent seasons, and now that the kids have started to speak out, it really is just confirming how viewers already felt. It seems like Kody realizes this and realizes Christine is right, so he's trying a different approach. Now he is trying to buddy up to his kids in an attempt to change the narrative. That is so manipulative, and I feel so heartbroken for Paedon to come to that realization that his dad didn't call him out of anything genuine. His father was reaching out to him because he had an ulterior motive. Paedon says multiple times throughout this interview that he does want to have a relationship with his father in the future. And Gwen has, in my opinion, been pretty measured and thoughtful with her words and how she talks about things on her channel, because it appears that she also wants to have a relationship with Kody. It really doesn't seem like any of his kids, except for maybe Garrison, have written Kody off completely. Instead of taking this adversarial approach to try to parent your already adult children, maybe do the work off camera with a family therapist to try to broker some peace and a path forward between you and your kids. I really hope someone somewhere is giving Kody that advice. Let me know your thoughts of the interview down in the comments. What do you think of Kody trying to get TLC involved in silencing his own kids? I mean, that is pretty major. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at realiteasquad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.